Hello and welcome everybody back to another chapter of The Tutorial by Dragons Are Cool on AO3. Chapter 4. Boo. Impulse could hear the crackling spirit box through the wall thanks to the parabolic mic. He also heard the joking hello and the very quick, quiet response of the ghost. There was a half-second pause as Green sucked all the air out of the room before letting out an impressive scream. He headed back out into the hallway laughing, just in time to see Skiz running in at the commotion. Green racing in the opposite direction to get to all places out of there, but crashed into the angel before climbing up into his arms instead. "We've got Spirit Box!" Impulse cheered, still laughing at the scene. "That was one heck of a scream, dude!" Gave Green a little squeeze in his arms before letting him back to his feet. With the radio controller clutched tightly in one hand and his flashlight in the other, he started slowly and stiffly walking back to the van, feathers fluffed up as much as they could get. "I don't want to do this anymore," he rambled over the radio. "I said hello, and she said blah, 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 and I don't like it here." "Hey G, where'd you go? Where were you standing?" "I don't know where I was. I'm going back in the van," he whined. "Gran, you don't need to use the radio. We're all right here." Scar stepped aside as the avian kept going. "I want to go home and I can have a burger and not deal with the stupid ghosts." Impulse pointed out the room as the ghost had been in when it responded to Green before following the avian back out to the truck to make sure he was actually okay. But he really couldn't help the ongoing giggles. He and Skiz had their fair share of scares in the beginning too, but by now they were at least slightly harder to rattle. Slightly. "How are you holding up, Green?" The avian sighed heavily from where he leaned against the desk at the back of the van. He'd exchanged the radio for clutching at the very front of words are hard today. He'd exchanged the radio for clutching at the front of his sweater instead. I'm fine, he waved. "That spooked me." "Yeah, it did. Wow." Impulse replaced the mic on the wall before going to grab a camera. "I didn't know you could scream like that." "Green found our ghost room. Confirmed with temperatures. I'm putting a book down." Skiz chirped over the radio. "Excellent. I'll bring some more gear," Impulse replied quickly. "You coming back in, G?" "Yeah." The avian stood and stretched. "But I'm not touching that spirit box again." "Hey, that's alright. We got all we needed. We got all we need out of it." Skiz was coaching Scar through setting up the dodge projector when they made it back to the room. Green had conveniently dropped it on the floor in his panic earlier. "Is that orbs?" Green asked as he peeked into the room from around Impulse's shoulder. Impulse angled the camera around, scanning the room. "Oh yeah, we got orbs. Good eye, G." "Is there a reason we have the lights off?" Scar stood carefully from where he'd finally managed to get the dock going. He flipped the light switch and squawked in surprise as the lights immediately flicked back out. "Who did that?" Green flicked the lights on again, and this time they stayed on a while. "Ooh, doesn't that mean something, Dop?" Skiz flipped through his journal. "I think the mayor might be more likely to do that." Mayor. Here." Skiz read a minute, muttering under his breath. "Yep, Haste lights. Last evidence would be writing. Alright, we've got a camera, a book. We've got a book and a camera. We can get that from the truck then. Skiz raised an eyebrow at Impulse as the demon angled the camera and tripod down a bit to make sure the writing book was in frame. Since when do you gather evidence from outside? Since we've got two newbies and Green's already had the pants scared off of him once tonight. Come on. He made his way out of the room and caught the other two by the shoulders to rush them along. Skiz followed, turning out the light as he went. And that's the end of Chapter 4.